Okay. So, yep, no.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Yep.
Sweet. All right, everybody. I know I said an hour, but not feeling the greatest right now. So I had to lay down for a little bit. I'm old. Takes me a while to come around, but here I am. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Torah Living. I am Cap, and I'm here with my beautiful wife,
Tammy.
Tammy. And, oh man, I was sitting here and I was, all week just wondering what I need to talk about because I know that
showing items 1 to 2 of 2.
we've been a while, it's been a while since we've been live, just wondering what to talk about. I watch what people are saying on Facebook all the time, and we've beat the horse to death of what you should call the Most High. We all know that his name is Yahuwah. Paleo goes all the way back to the beginning from when he first said his name, and how you should not put any names before it. Otherwise, you're breaking the commandment of making his name worth nothing, taking his name down, whoosh, throwing it in the trash, and I'm going to call him what I want to call him. I will call him what I think this word means. That ain't it either. Because if your name is Lisa, somebody walks up to you and calls you Charles, you're not going to like it. You're not going to respond. You're going to get upset. Same thing. We've talked about that. We've talked about, Shabbat on the days that it should be observed or obeyed because it is a commandment. It is not optional. We haven't gotten so far out of the basics that we're able to address things like the feast days or anything like that. But that's coming, But anyway, getting back to what I was saying,
showing item 1 of 1.
I've been wanting to talk about something else. In the meantime, I'm having issues with my kids. Tammy's having issues with hers. I know that we're not the only ones having issues with kids. So we're going to talk about unruly children and why they are the way that they are. And you parents, us parents, we parents, y'all parents, and us are to blame for the next generation of evil that will present itself on this earth, which will not be like anything since the beginning. This evil
showing item 1 of 1.
The next few generations are going to present an evil such the likes of which the planet Earth has never seen. Why? Because of us, the parents. Because of what we allowed them to do, what we allowed them to take from us as believers. All the power that we thought we had is gone. We can do nothing.
Showing item 1 of 1.
As a matter of fact, in some places, you can't even yell at your child. Especially for too long. Otherwise, neighbors will hear and they'll call, and we just basically... We gave our kids over to a system that's designed to make them either idiots, criminals, violent people, idol worshipers. That list is way too long for me to name at this time. And I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to try.
That's what you say every time.
Weirdo. Okay. So... The thing is, we've given our children over to the system of the world, and they did it, and we did it willingly, because all the legislation and all those laws that they've created to make sure that you don't discipline your kid, make sure that you don't rear your kid up in the way that they need to go so that they can be productive members of society. We gave it away, and we cannot get it back. At least not without a fight. Now they can come in and just take your kid whenever they get ready, whatever they feel like you are neglecting. Your
Showing
child,
item 1 of 1.
They can just show up and take your kid. They can, I mean, your kid, if your kid doesn't like the way you treat them at home, she can, or he can go to his guidance counselor at school and just say, mommy's abusing me or dad's abusing me. And next thing you know, you got child protection
Showing
services
items 1 to 4 of 4.
up your butt. You got the law you going to court, and you may not even get your kid back. I mean, it's so much, it's disastrous. All because people don't understand what disciplining your child actually does. But I got scripture. And for those of you with weak stomachs, those of you whose feelings get hurt easily, those of you who, can't even fathom the idea of laying a finger on your child, you might as well click this video off right now. Parental discretion is advised. Okay, let me go get that out the way right here, right now. Did you want to say something to somebody? Say hi.
Hi.
Something?
I don't know. I just said hi in an annoying way.
Okay.
What up, y'all?
This is Shabbat. Okay, Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Torah Living. Those of you just tuning in, we're going to talk about the next generation of evil. We got scripture. Invite some people, share this video. Those of you on YouTube, which we will have a new Torah Living YouTube channel coming very, very soon. So stay tuned to my Facebook page, and I will post that link. And because the other ones, YouTube is something else. I had to redo my phone. It is really a weird phone. It just does whatever it wants to do, which makes it really difficult for me being unsighted. So I will post that sometime in the near future. If you guys have comments, questions, or concerns at any point or any time during this video, please post them. Share this video, like it, comment. Those of you who are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you never miss an upload from this channel, because from here on out, it's going to get pretty exciting. You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
Okay. So, giving all this power to the government, giving all this power to the school systems,
Showing item 1 of 1.
A lot of you don't understand that, now they can be given the right to give your child a puncture poke without your consent. Now, I'm just throwing that out there. I haven't fact checked it yet, but I'm going to.
Some states, yes.
Some states.
Some states, not all, but some, yes.
So, all the you cannot, if you hate your child, then obviously, leave things as they are. If you don't love them, if you don't care as a believer, you're not raising your child in the belief, in the Torah system, in the system of Yahuwah, then, hey, go ahead and click off, because, right now, your portion of this video is done. Adios. Adieu. Sayonara. Bye-bye. Auf Wiedersehen. But for those of you who want to try to get a handle on your unruly child, if you have one, if you don't, hey, just stick around, because it gets entertaining. Because, Okay. That scared the crap out of me. It was a dog outside. You, you these children are subject to the alphabet community. These children are subject to early sexual activity. These children are subject to just being violent for no reason at all. Fights and stabbings and shootings and we'll run away. We'll run away. We'll get involved with items and drugs and things that they should not be getting involved. They will disrespect you at every turn because you try to correct them verbally. And if you try to lay a hand on them, they'll go to the authorities. And then they will make you pay. They will ruin your career. They will shut your life down because we've given them that power. You cannot discipline your child. Well, is this just about disciplining your kid? No, it's not just about that. Showing them love, teaching them the commandments. Don't let them tell you, I don't want to hear that. No, that's not an option. And according to the scripture, which I will bring up shortly, because like I said, I'm not going to be long-winded. I'm going to I'm going to make this short, but it is such a dire topic of conversation that nobody's seeming to have. Nobody's talking about it. They're watching it. They're watching it unfold right before their very eyes as if it's not happening. It's surreal. This is not happening. That's not my kid. You know, you look at other people's kids across the street, keying up cars, throwing bricks in windows, and walking around with guns.
Yeah.
And what you gonna do? You nothing? You're not gonna say anything to your child? There was a time when, you know, I was previously married. I had a stepkid that decided that he wanted to leave the house at about 1 a.m. in the morning at 15 years old. Called the cops. Cops said, that's not our problem. That's not our kid. That's your kid. So you know, what do you suggest? I mean, you know, he's got the cojones to just leave. Can I change the locks? No, because then we'll come back and get you for neglect. Okay. Can I tighten him up? And, no, because then we'll get you for abuse. Well, how do you stop him from leaving? Well, that's not my problem. So what are you left to do? What are you left to say? How can you teach your kid about Yahuwah and your kid is giving you the middle finger and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it? You can't withhold food. Neglect. You can't beat them. Abuse. You can't even yell at them. You can't keep them from leaving. Because if you do, you're going to have to put your hands on him. Or her. Or them. What are you going to do? For those of you whose kids are already in that, it's probably too late. It is impossible with us. But with the Most High, all things are possible through the Messiah, Yahusha.
Well, you know, and too, even what they've told parents to do, you know, like time out and things like that. In certain situations, you know, a child can complain because it was too long. So that's considered abuse or neglect. You know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. We have no recourse as parents.
Absolutely not. There's nothing you could do.
Right.
You can get that child some counseling. That child could just completely not do any schoolwork whatsoever. You're shelling all of this money for those of you who are sending your kids to private schools, those of you who are sending your kids to public schools. You still have a lot of money you're shelling out. And for what? What can you do to your child? Well, little Billy, stop that. Jaquan, I'm telling you one more time, you're going to have to get good grades. You're going to pull your grades up. You can take all their toys and things away. But after you get done taking away everything that they have, that they can play with, iPhones, tablets, computer system, gaming systems. What's left for them to do? Well, they say, well, you've taken everything from me, so why should I? What's my motivation to keep going? What's my motivation to do what you asked? So therein lies the dilemma. Lies the hole that we are in right now. And it's going to take Yahuwah to get us out. Because the evil that they are going to bring with the freedoms that they have been given is going to be unparalleled. You thinking about Sodom and Gomorrah? That's going to be like a little pinball arcade, and the new way is going to be like Las Vegas in comparison to evil. They're going to be able to do whatever they want, whenever they want. And these people are also going to be in Congress. They're going to be in positions of power in your countries and mine. Nobody's looking at that part. That part. What are you going to do? How are you going to fix it? When are you going to take personal responsibility as a parent to take back your power? Not to let people dictate what you do with your child. You had the child, not them. You paid for that child. You put clothes, a roof over their head.
Showing items 1 to 2 of 2.
In their mouths. You train that child, not them. What is the first scripture?
Let me close that.
Showing item 1 of 1.
I took
Okay.
screenshots of everything while you were sitting there
Hey,
talking.
no problem.
'Cause,
Showing items
sometimes
3 to 6 of 6.
this thing's
Welcome,
like-
welcome, everyone. Shalom and blessings to each and every one of you. One and all, I am unsighted, so I can't see any comments that you're doing right now, but trust me, I will address them personally or through my lovely, beautiful wife,
It didn't take-
Foxy Minx, Tammy.
Yes.
And
Somehow.
but, I'm blind 100%. Those of you who didn't know, I mean, I know that you're looking at me and he's like, well, his eyes are open and they're moving and they're not, you don't look blind. Well, no, I don't look blind. I wasn't always blind. It's just been a few years since I've been 100% blind. And, it is a process and a feat to get used to and adjust.
But you do great.
I try to do what I can do when I can do it.
You do great, babe. I love you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, the first one, Ephesians chapter 6, verses 2 and 3. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, so that it may go well with you and that you may enjoy long life on earth.
To the children. This is to the children. Honor your mother and your father. And you grown folks also that are set in your ways. Whatever. Just honor your mother and your father so that your days may be long upon the land in which the Elohim, Yahuwah, gives you.
Yeah,
wherever you are.
We're really the only country that will throw our old people in a nursing home.
No, we're not. No, they do that pretty much everywhere, but not as much as we do here. Because they like their old folks. You guys like your parents. Those of you who are living outside of America, I see how you Canadians, you guys love your moms and dads. That's awesome. In America, no, they're just in the way. They're just old baggage that needs to be tucked away somewhere in somebody's attic with a nurse and an IV and a remote control to a TV. Maybe a bowl of oatmeal, some orange juice.
Wow.
No?
All right, moving on.
what's the next one?
Proverbs 22, verse 6, weirdo. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
And that's straight scripture for you parents, for you guys. Start them young. Start them fresh. As long as you can hold their attention, they're staring at you. You are to train them in the way of the Most High. not the way of the world, the way of the Most High. Yeah, you prepare them for being in the world, but you must prepare them to not be of the world, as the scriptures say.
Right.
What's the next one?
Proverbs 22:15. I'm going to read a couple versions here, if you don't mind.
Okay.
The first one says, foolishness is bound up in the heart of a child, but the rod of discipline drives it far from him. I like this one. A youngster's heart is filled with foolishness, but physical discipline will drive it far from him.
So when you decide not to be when you decide to be hands off, you choose a pretty dangerous path. I mean, that works for very few of you. Sometimes it actually does work to be hands off, but most of the time it does not. And if the Messiah or the Most High has spoken that you should put some heat on their hindquarters to drive foolishness out of them, then you must do so. You must find it within yourself. I mean, I'm not saying abuse them. I'm not saying beat them down until they're unconscious. Although some of them kids, they'll definitely try and push you to almost doing that. But
but there's a difference in like getting beat and getting a whooping.
Yes. Well, yeah. Discipline, not abuse.
Right.
Discipline. All you need to do is get their attention. That's it. Once you have their attention, then you lay it on. This is what not to do. This is what you should do. Here is, start giving them examples. When I was young, I did it and blah, blah, blah. Well, or however you do it. You know what I mean? But get their attention so that the foolishness can stop. There are only two genders. Two. Nothing more. There is no spectrum, technicolor in between. You are either male or you are either female. See, I wasn't going to use that middle one. That wouldn't have been right, and y'all would have got the wrong message. But all right, what's the next one?
Oh, weirdo. Proverbs 29:17. Discipline your son, and he will give you rest. He will bring delight to your soul.
Or daughter, discipline your child, and you won't have the grief that many, many, many parents share today. But if you don't know anything about the Most High, if you don't know anything about the Messiah, then how can you expect to rear your child in the way? If your belief system is kind of screwy, you're going to make your kids screwy too. So we have a personal responsibility to make sure that we get it right so that they can get it right. So that the next generation won't be the evil one that's coming. You can't stop it. It's already, the plane is in the air. There's nothing that we can do about that. However, for the future generations, those of you new parents, start them young as you can. If you have to tap them just to get their attention. Not, I thought I told you not to. You're way out of line. You're over the top right there. Even though you may feel it, and that's coming up too. What's the next one?
Proverbs 29:15. The rod and rebuke give wisdom, but a child left to himself brings shame to his mother. Let me read another version. A rod and a reprimand impart wisdom, but a child left undisciplined disgraces its mother.
So you bringing grief to both parents. If you fail your children by not disciplining them, you set them also up for failure in life. You set them also up for failure to be sucked into any kind of doctrine. You know, the media has an agenda. The government has an agenda. Pedophiles have an agenda. Violent people, your kids will be snatched away. And a lot of them feel like it's okay to just be hanging around with your friends and your buddies, drinking underage, smoking whatever, out there, just out there. And where are you as a parent? Well, some of us can't control our children. Some of us have, been locked up because we tried to discipline our children. And it's such a tangled web, a tangled woven web that we allowed to happen. And some of you are like, what is he talking about? I've never had anything, no problems with my children. Great, good on you. However, there are those of us who are actually experiencing these things, and worse. You got children committing suicide at a rate that's just unfathomable. Suicide. What's going on with these children that they get backed into a corner where there is absolutely no way out but to take your own life? That part. What are we doing as parents that we are failing to catch that? What can you say to your child who basically there's a lot of you who are poor, and, some of them kids don't have anything, but some of them kids get everything they want and they still take their life. Why? Because somebody's bullying? I don't want to, treat this as a light thing, but when I was young, you stood your ground. That's what we were taught. You didn't bully, and if we saw it, we stopped it. Hey man, don't do that. Don't mess with them like that. Or hey, cut that out. What y'all doing? Well, don't let it play out.
Well, now they're pretty much taught to film it, upload it to social media, and get likes. Make fun of the kid getting bullied. It's like there's a recent story of that little 8-year-old boy, 8 years old. And there was footage that, he was bullied by some kids in the bathroom. He had some health issues. He had a colostomy bag. And so kids were making fun of him, and they beat the crap out of him in the bathroom. And he went home and he killed himself. 8 years old. So, parents, control your kids. Discipline your kids.
Those kids that would be bullies, that would be bullies, would probably get deterred from bullying other children. Peer pressure is something else. Even back, when I was young, that was a long time ago. I think we were making water from scratch. But we weren't allowed to bully. Me and my sisters, my sister and brother, we weren't even allowed to hit each other. There was no physical fighting at all. We could not bully, and we would not stand to see someone else bullied. And that's because our parents reared us up in a way that negated all of those things that would have happened, probably because I thought I was a little tough guy. After my mom taught me how to fight, my mom, not my dad, my mama, she taught me how to fight.
Right on.
But what's the next one?
Proverbs 23:13-14. Do not withhold discipline from a child. If you punish them with the rod, they will not die. Punish them with the rod and save them from death.
How many of you ever been hit with a switch? Go outside and get me one of them switches off that tree. Bring it in here. And don't take all day doing it. Longest walk of your life. Going outside. Snatch off the little one. And you look behind, she's like standing at the door. And she points to the one that she wants, and that sucker looks like a log from a log cabin. You carrying it back on you. It feels like this. It was probably, but it's just like I'm carrying this whole thing. I'm not gonna do it no more. I promise. I'm like, oh, I know you're not gonna do it no more. Hurry up. So you get there and she disciplined you, or he disciplined you. Your dad, your mom, your grandma, if you live with her, or your granddad. But they talk to you afterwards. They rub some salve on you. They, some ointment, some tussin, or whatever it is that y'all use. I told you not to do that. Don't do that no more. Otherwise, I'm going to have to tag that little hindquarters again. You understand? And that kid learned something that day. It was a painful lesson. I had many. But I learned.
Hard head.
My mom used to say a hard head makes a soft butt. And my butt, really, anyway, I ain't talking about my butt. What's the next one?
Proverbs 20 verse 7. You're hilarious.
Don't judge me.
The just man walks in integrity. His children are blessed after him.
So do the right thing. Walk in righteousness, not self-righteousness. Righteousness of the Most High, Yahuwah, through the Messiah, Yahusha. Do what he did. Say what he said. Go where he tells you so that you can be where he is. And every step that you take, your children will mimic those things. Monkey see, monkey do. And then they will become respectable people.
Well, you know, one thing
when they grow
that I want to say, well, several things I want to say. You know, that some of these parents, you know, wonder why their kids are the way they are, but, you know, the parents themselves are out, you know, cheating on their spouses. They're, you know, watching pornography. They're doing, you know, drugs.
Drinking and driving.
Drinking. I mean,
the way that they dress.
Right. All these issues. And your kids are watching. Your kids are seeing what you're doing. And then you wonder why, you know, you got some baby kids. That's why. Personal
responsibility.
You know, if...
And that was racist, by the
way. Shut up. It wasn't racist. You know
no,
what I mean by that. But
universally, baby kids.
Right.
You know, white people, black people, Mexicans, Chinese. Y'all got baby kids too. There's not many, but y'all got them.
And, you know, people send their kids to, you know, a public school system, which, you know, if that's what you got, that's what you got, you know. Yeah. But then the kids come home, you come home from work, you're cooking dinner, whatever. You guys are ignoring your kids. Stop it. Let them talk. Ask them specifically about their day. Let them talk. I don't care how tired you are. I don't care how boring you think their conversation is. Listen to your kids by asking simple questions. So many of these things can be avoided.
I'll stop you when you're wrong.
I mean,
go ahead.
It's simple, you know, and
just talk to them.
Right.
Teach them. And not only just listen to them, make them listen to you.
Right. You know, and you go out and treat everybody like crap and you bullying people. Where do you think little Timmy gets it from? He gets it from you.
Or little Dejanay, or little, you know, Lamar. You know.
You got my point.
Yeah.
I mean.
I'm just saying.
Parents are ridiculous.
Yeah, personal responsibility and personal accountability plays a huge factor. And if you are narcissistic, then you won't see or smell your own crap.
Pay attention to your kids. Pay attention.
Okay.
All right. Proverbs 13:24. He who spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves his son disciplines him diligently.
So the Most High disciplines us, and it is written in the scripture that he does so if he loves you. If he loves you, he disciplines you. And there is a psalm of David that says that I love your rod and your staff. They comfort me. So if we are to be like the Most High, and you do love your children, you must discipline them, even if it means, even if it hurts you. Because if you think that Yahuwah loves causing us harm or pain of any kind, you got another thing coming and you're probably serving the wrong Elohim. He does not love to harm us. He wants things to be wonderful for us. He wants us who are in his image to be like him in every way, to be perfect as he is perfect. And that is part of scripture. And he also wants us, that trickle down thing, reciprocity. That means that will go back up, but reciprocate. You have to go down and discipline your children as he disciplines you, so that they will learn and they will understand and they will grow and they will respect you and love you. Don't go overboard. There is a line that you cannot cross, short of death. If you whoop your kid's not going to die. Your kid's not going to die. They may not be able to sit down for a while, but they're not going to die unless you go overboard. You cross that line, then that's on you. Self-restraint. Discipline your children.
Right. Discipline is a form of love. It's an act of love.
Yes.
When you do so in anger, you're crossing the line. Don't whoop your kid when you're angry.
Not to the point of destroying them.
Right. Don't do it.
You've defeated your purpose. What was next?
Okay. Proverbs 19, verse 18. Discipline your children while there is hope. Do not be a willing party to their death.
Is running out. Time. Hope and time is running out. Don't let it get too late. Don't start too late. If your kid is in their 30s, you got to let that fish go. You failed. If your child is still in their teens, you still got hope. If your child is in single digits, you definitely have hope. Take hold of the reins. Don't let your child get away from you. Don't just chuck your child into the system of this world to where they'll believe anything that they hear. Anything. Teach them what a red flag is. What they should be like, excuse me? I don't think so. Or, well, heck yes, I'll take 2, please. I mean, you have to teach them discernment. Because right now, I'm not seeing a whole lot of it. And they'll seem to tell you what you should do. And that's not right, because, what you should do, according to them, is just let them alone and, make sure there's food on the table and make sure that the cable's on and electricity and get out of my way. No, I'm not doing no homework. No, I'm not combing my hair. I'm not taking no bath. I'm not brushing my teeth. I'm not going to do what you want. What are you going to do with that kid? How you gonna corral that kid to come back around? Reward system, by doing good behaviors? Yeah, they'll do it for a little while until they get bored. Yeah, I'm good. I don't want any. Because you're already giving them everything that they wanted. Those of you that have. Those of you that haven't, obviously this doesn't apply to you. What's the next one?
2 Timothy 2:22. Flee the evil desires of youth and pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call on Yahuwah out of a pure heart.
Teach your kids to do the right thing at all times. Teach your children what's right and wrong.
Yeah, here's it's called the New Living Translation. I mean, it's a little longer, but I kind of like the way this is worded. I think it's good for parents to hear.
Okay.
Run from anything that would stimulate a youthful lust. Instead, pursue righteous living, faithfulness, love, peace. Enjoy the companionship of those who call on Yahuwah with pure hearts. Meaning, don't follow the world. Teach your kids, don't follow the world. If all these other kids are flocking to it, they need to go in the other direction.
And don't you do it while telling your kids not to.
Right.
Don't you follow the ways of the world or try to relive your glory days while you're in your 40s or 50s. And, your kids are watching you. They're watching you. Yoke yourself with people of an even yoke. Stop consorting with the unrighteous. You have nothing to do with them, and they have nothing to do with you. I know that hurts a lot of you because some of you grew up with some of these people. You found the Torah. Yahuwah has drawn you, but not that person. They are drawn, but they're like, nah, I'm good. So now you have a decision to make. And it's going to cost you emotionally. Time to part ways. Even Aaron and Yehoshua parted ways. When, Moshe was taken up, and left everything to Aaron. Yehoshua was, they had beef. So they had to part ways, but they did it as brothers. I mean, I'm not saying treat people mean or, just be ungodly towards them. By all means, show them the light of the Messiah because one day they may be turned too. But stay with like-minded people. Teach your children, raise them. Raise your children. Discipline them. Don't be afraid of this system. Take back the power that they have taken away from us. I'm not an advocate for abuse. Please don't abuse your kids. Don't be running around telling everybody that I'm music guy saying that I have to beat my child. No. There's a huge difference.
Discipline your kids. Don't abuse them.
What she said. Do not abuse your kids. I'm not giving you a license to do so. And if you do, shame on you. But you have to get their attention. If your kid is, 16, about to be 17 and 6'2", 260 pounds, and you're like 5 foot nothing, yeah, it's probably too late. You're going to have to do some smooth talking and a lot of prayer. Please don't leave out prayer.
Let me tell you what. If that was my kid, he'd still get a butt whooping.
Well, my grandma was like that too. I mean, she'll cut you down like a tree. Don't, make no mistake. I mean, it depends on you and your resolve. How much moxie do you have?
But this mama ain't 5 foot nothing.
Yeah, well.
Rude.
You're not. I wasn't talking about you.
You a lie.
Do you know how many kids? These kids are giants. They're like Nephilim out there. These kids are tall for no reason at all. And so most of them are about that life. Those of you from the hood know what I'm talking about. They're not playing around. I mean, heck, how many news articles have you heard about kids that are going in and just erasing the parents?
Ooh.
Just go in and just shoot them up. Bang, bang. It's over. You've lost the whole game then. Don't let that happen to you. Pray to the Most High through Yahusha the Messiah, who the Most High has given, that we should have a portion, that he died for us so that we could have a portion of eternal life, that we would be passed from death to life. Now, obviously, as I always state, yesterday's gone. Tomorrow may never come. It may never come for you. You still have to get through this day. This is the only 24 hours that you have. It is the only 24 hours that you know to do his will. But you got to get it right first before you start trying to, browbeat your kids. And don't abuse them verbally either. That's unnecessary. Well, sometimes. But, it depends. It's situational. It's situational. I'm not getting into no details about that. However,
I mean, do not verbally abuse your kids. Don't emotionally abuse them, financially abuse them, physically abuse them, sexually abuse them. None of that.
Yeah.
Don't abuse your kids. However, if they need to be told that what they're doing is wrong, then tell them what they're doing is wrong. Stop ignoring your kids. Stop taking your little
vacations.
Stop taking yourself, out. Quit running the streets.
You have to take yourself seriously if you want your kids to take you seriously.
There's a mom I watch on Facebook sometimes. I just kind of sit back and watch her, and she's got the cutest little kid, man, this sweet kid, and she's always running somewhere trying to get rid of this kid and partying and drinking.
Not a judgment, an observation.
Right, but then she wonders why he has some of the behaviors that he has. I know exactly why.
Because she's not there. She's not there to give him what he needs. Because she doesn't know what she needs. She's not, she might, a lot of people can make their mouths say anything. They can walk the walk. No, they can talk the talk, but they never walk the walk. I just posted something about how everybody is just talking and saying a whole bunch of stuff, but very few people are saying something actually worth listening to. Is there any more?
A couple more. Psalm 127:4. Like arrows in the hand of a warrior, so are children born in one's youth.
And that next one should link to it.
Oh yeah, that's the one I couldn't. Both of them wouldn't load together. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them. He will not be put to shame when he confronts the enemies at the gate.
If you train up your child while they're young the way that they should go, they will hold on to what you teach them on into adulthood, and they will be the person that they were intended to be. If you do not train up that child and you let it grow crooked, he or she is going to be a crooked individual. Their morals are going to be corrupted. Their discernment is going to be next to non-existent. Their values, they won't have any, because right now, the youth that I see, that next generation of evil coming, has no value of life whatsoever. Not yours, not even theirs. Yet they will tell you that they need your support. They want a hug. They want you to, just listen to them. Just listen to me. And when you ask, okay, well, what's on your mind? Talk. Let's hear it. Well, I don't know. What? Well, I just want your support. Of what? What? Well, when I figure that out, I'll let you know. Oh, no. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. I just want you to leave me alone and just let me do what I want to do. No, it doesn't work that way either. And you keep talking and smarting off and, back talk or whatever you say, I'm going to have to enforce my rules. You just get their attention, and most of the time the threat is enough. But discipline your child, please. Please.
Deuteronomy 6:7. And you shall teach them diligently to your children, and speak of them when you sit at home, and when you walk along the road, when you lie down, and when you get up.
These are the commandments that she's talking about. Talk to your children about Yahuwah. Talk to your children and teach them who Yahusha is. Talk to your children and teach them about the commandments, each and every one. I got videos on YouTube if you're having issues.
So if your kid goes to school all day, comes home and then goes to ball practice and then piano practice, and then y'all got to eat a little bit of dinner, and then the kid's got to do some homework and then chores, you ain't got no time to talk to your kids about what Yahuwah has told you to talk to your kids about.
He's first.
Indeed.
He's first. In everything in your life, put him first. For your children, for yourself, your spouse, your friends, nothing comes before the Most High. Nothing. No one. If they're teaching you to worship the Messiah, don't listen to them. Stop it. Do not worship the Messiah. He himself has told you, do not worship me. You worship the Father and the Father alone. Do not worship the Messiah, but you need the Messiah to reach the Most High. You cannot get to the Most High without him. We made sure of that. Which is why the Messiah came in the first place. Do not worship the Messiah. Pray to the Most High through the Messiah. You do it in his name and in his name only.
You ready for the last verse?
Is that one in there? Okay.
Yeah. Children, obey your parents in everything, for this pleases Yahuwah.
Kids, this message is for you. Stop it. Listen to your parents. And I know that a lot of you are going to be like, pfft. There will come a time when you yourself will have children. And they will look up to you for their very survival. And you're going to let them down. That is not a curse.
Showing item 1 of 1.
That is not I'm burning bread on you. I'm not, jinxing your existence or whatever. I'm only stating what is a matter of fact. Because if you don't know, you won't know. And you can't know what you don't know. And what you do now, your personal responsibility and your personal accountability does count right here, right now. What you learn, you'll keep, and you will take with you on into adulthood. Listen to your parents. Parents, get your acts together. Those of you who already got your act together, obviously that wasn't meant for you. Don't flip out. Get your act together so that they can see you get your act together, and then they will be on the right track and not the wrong train.
And one thing I want to reiterate to parents out there is the fact that, like through all these scriptures, and all the things that we said pertaining to these scriptures, kids need to be disciplined because they're foolish.
Indeed.
Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child. They're not adults. Quit treating your kids like little, small adults. Stop it. Stop pushing them to the point where they are angry and they are going to lash out. Because again, that's your failure. You're failing as a parent if you are teaching, you're trying to act like your 10-year-old because, he's tall and he's this or she's this. They ain't adults. They're not. So stop acting like they are. They're children.
Moms, stop treating your son as if he was your mate. Let your son be your son. And let the dad train the boy to be a man. There are so many moms right now, and I'm not discounting those moms that do an actually phenomenal job in rearing their sons. But it is a job for your husband or your boyfriend or a respectable male role model. They're hard to find. I will give you that. They are indeed hard to find. Because A man cannot teach his daughter how to be a lady, how to be a woman. He can only go so far. But moms, after dads, you have to let mom, teach the daughter how to be a woman. That's their right. Don't take that from them. And on that note, I mean, we got our work cut out for us. There's a lot that has been left out. And as a result or a consequence, we have a few generations coming up that we're not going to want to be here for. But all hope is not lost. While it may be impossible for us, it is not impossible for the Most High. He has told us this. Just like, we're not unredeemable. We are redeemable in our sin and in our transgression as we stand before the Most High. We are as filthy rags. There is still hope. Don't give up. Never give up. If anybody needs help or counseling or just a shoulder or whatever, Tammy and I are here and available. Don't miss opportunities for help with pride. And don't be self-deluded into thinking that my children will never. I was one of those people. I was one of those people that thought that my kid, cussing, no, not my children. Boy, was I wrong. All 4 of them. Y'all know who you are. Don't sit there and look around at each other. I know you looking at this video. I mean, if you're not right now, you'll be looking at it later. I mean, filthy mouths. Filthy. I wonder where they get that from. I don't know. But anyway, that's all for today, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Aki and Achoti, if that's how you pronounce it. I've always wondered how you pronounce that. I've spelled it Achoti. Achoti?
Sounds like you're trying to clear some phlegm out the back of your throat. You're like,
Aki. Anyway, brothers and sisters, I'll keep it English. Hermano y hermana for the peoples that speak Spanish. I don't know what it is or anything else, but Shabbat Shalom. Make sure you keep this day set apart. I'm pretty sure you guys already have because it's late. I'm late, and we kept it set apart, and I hope you guys did too. I hope you guys had a great day in rest of Yahuwah.
mm-hmm.
You want to say anything to anyone? Or do we have comments?
Some dude.
Some dude.
Yeah.
What's up, some dude?
I'm sorry, I'm leaning over to look. Oh, man. Y'all with these names. Now, Azar Yahoo, Taom, Yasharel.
Okay, what did he say?
He said, was wondering what was going on. I think that was like in the beginning when you were talking about, how we hadn't had a video in a while.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Sorry if I butchered your name.
She will.
If your name's really just Tom or something, let me know, because that's easier for me. Y'all, I'm country.
Tom.
So I'm like, Azar, Yahoo, Taom.
Hilarious.
So, I'm sure y'all hear that in my voice.
Make sure also, ladies and gentlemen, that you go to the Most High with your issues. Don't just run to man. You have now access through the Messiah to go directly to him, and he will not have you ignorant of his word or his way
100%.
or his will.
Showing items 1 to 2 of 2.
Do it. Go to him.
Showing items 4 to 7 of 7.
Please. And if there are any more comments, make sure you post them. Those of you on YouTube, give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell so that you never miss an upload of our wonderful material given and inspired by the Most High, the Elohim Yahuwah.
And I want to add something, real quick. I know sometimes people have things they really don't want to share on, a public post. If you've got a question and you don't want to discuss that publicly, you're welcome to message, either one of us, and we'll help you, and try to lead you in the right direction, and
Absolutely. And if I don't know the answer, I will research with you. I'll help you get there.
absolutely.
That's our job as a community. You can't put 2 feet into one shoe, and
Showing item 1 of 1.
neither can you put 2 shoes on 1 foot.
I could probably fit both of my feet in one of your shoes.
Well, that's neither here nor there.
I mean, I'm just saying. It would look silly, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to try it later. I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all
Putting your
know
feet in my
how
shoe.
that goes.
Shabbat shalom, ladies and
Now these
gentlemen.
people
And
gonna-
tomorrow,
Showing items
Shavuot
5 to 8 of
Tov,
8.
And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful next week. We will try to get this thing back up and running consistently and regularly. I'm sorry that we missed you guys. Hopefully, we've given you something.
Showing
to think
items
about
1 to
today.
2 of 2.
I'm going to clear something up real quick, man. With the way you act about me putting my feet in your... Or
Girl,
my feet in
I'm
your
not
shoe.
trying to.
They're going to think I got funky feet. I don't.
Are you kidding me? She does not have funky feet. Funny
No.
looking, but not funky.
They're
feet.
not funny looking. Now I'm going to have to show them my feet.
Okay,
No, I'm just
anyway.
kidding.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. Peace, love, and blessings to you all this day and every day. In the name of the Messiah, Yahusha.
Showing item 1 of 1.
Bye. I like to hang my...
You have to hit the...
I know. I was just hanging my hand there waiting.
Showing items 1 to 2 of 2.
Okay.
Finish button. Finish button. Finish button. Showing items 6 to 9 of 9.
I just snorted.
Girl, don't have no drippings on me.
I can't. It won't work.
Give me that thing. Gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't even deal with you.
I like how you do your little pose at the end.
Back
and then I'm
button.
rolling
Navig.
up.
Is it finished?
Finish
Okay.
button.